I don't know if anyone else is feeling the way I'm feeling, but I'm overcome by emotion and longing for my mom. It's going to be 2 years since her passing this month. It's 2 years. And it was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to experience in this life. I know it shapes us and it makes us who we are, and death is a part of life, and rebirth and transformation. And I look for the signs everywhere for her, and it's like when 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 a physical connection is over, it's there's the eternal connection. And I'm grateful that this past week I've met several people who have told me, and we've shared with each other, authentically and openly, that they too have lost their mom, or that they have lost that one person this week. She said it's going to be 2 years since she lost her dad. And it's nice that we can comfort each other and honor each other by sharing honestly and openly, authentically. Just the other day, I met a girl. Um, and it's funny because one was named Jael, and then the other one was named Jen, and then there was another one named Jen, and so, and then I told them that I was John, and so it's the J, and I felt guided from my heart to tell Jael that once we have a connection in this life with our mother, it's eternal, it's spiritual, it's forever. But it's hard because the last time that I saw my mom was at my job, and she says, "You guys gotta come visit me." And it was too late because I was busy with life, working, and maybe there's some kind of full moon or something, but the energy has to express itself, right? I know, like every time I'm painting, I feel my mom's presence, or every time, I'm near nature or in nature, or today I biked to the water. Um, and I looked at the beautiful blue sky, and I sat on the sand, and I connected my feet and I connected my body to the earth. But I wanted to go for a swim, but my intuition, my body told me I don't think that the water is clean. So I listened to that, but I did post on Facebook too as an open dialogue if anyone knew that if the area over here where the water is clean, we're safe to swim. I mean, one person said that yes, it is, that they went swimming and it was refreshing. But I remember years ago when I was very little, um, we lived near Lake Ronkonkoma, and I remember swimming in that lake, and I got a really bad earache. And then I looked online, like that it could be like septic, like septic sewage runoff because of all the rain that happened, or like high levels of bacteria, which could cause like stomach illness. And I'm like, no, I don't want to experience that. Like, who wants to experience that? But I've just been coming to my own realizations that friends come and go, and that's okay. I understand that. My grandma always said, to me, all you need is one or two good friends. You don't need to be, you don't need to have. And then I had another friend in my life say quality over quantity, and that's true. Um, I'm grateful and honored that I'm sharing this vulnerability, because I feel like maybe some of you may be experiencing something like this, or within the human experience. um you know I know I'm here to help people. I know sometimes it feels like we've lost all hope, but we have to lean on God, and we have to lean on our soul, and we have to find stillness, and practices that help us, and that we benefit from, and our spiritual connection. So I'm laying in the hammock, and I just allowed this to happen, and the energy to move through me. um I'm grateful that these little songs come through me, and I share them on my channel here. And then a good majority of people leave positive comments, and then the ones that leave negative, judgmental, and mean comments, I just report, and then YouTube deletes it. So what you don't like in me is what you don't like in you, and that's sad, because honestly, we are a mirror for each other. And my hope for this world is that we learn to take accountability. If someone helps someone out, like if I help someone out, and then that other person doesn't see that, and then they just lie, it's not friendly. It's not truthful. It's not being honest. So I have learned to keep my circle small. Not to close my heart, but to just use discernment, and to have these realizations. I love staring at the trees at night. I love staring at the trees in the morning. I love how the sunlight um, hits the trees gently, and the leaves, they blow in the wind. And sometimes you could see the stars at night. I feel like ever since my mom passed, I do feel like I do feel like she is around, and I am so grateful and blessed that she visits me and that she came to visit me in my dream. And I've had several dreams with her, and I'm very grateful. And I hope that for my brothers. Um, but, she left 4 beautiful young men behind. But I understand that. I think my mom was very tired. She worked a lot in her life, and she made a lot of sacrifices, even for her own happiness. Um, but I remember seeing my mom, growing up. I'm such an intuitive empath, and I've always been sensitive to energy, and I know things. It's a gift from God. And I believe in my heart, everyone has their own spiritual gifts. But I do understand and realize that it is important for us to ground ourselves each day and each night. And yes, to count our blessings. Um, but yes, I remember the last time she was here. She had a white car and she was wearing white, and I like to wear white because it helps me feel close to my mom and the angels. And we, so we had her over for dinner, and I remember walking her to her car, and I just had this intuitive sense that this was the last time I was going to walk my mom to her car. Sometimes we just know things without knowing why. I've always been highly sensitive. I'm someone who, a highly sensitive person. I was born with, people like us are born with a highly sensitive nervous system. We could read the energy of the room. We can read, if someone's not being truthful, if someone's being honest or dishonest. And I try to hold space. I try to hold loving space. But I don't like to be walked on. No one deserves to be walked all over. No one deserves to be taken for granted. I don't know if I'm going to post this, but I just feel like it's a conversation that I have to have. But I just, sometimes grief hits us in waves, and then the grief, and then the tears that we cry, and the realizations we have, they can be gifts for our perspective, because sometimes we go days, months, even years without crying or shedding tear or even being honest with ourselves or allowing people in. I have visions of me singing in front of people. I don't want to be part of the music industry. But I don't want to block my blessings. But I want to share these songs with the world. And I can do that independently. So, like my brother Mike says, who knows, something beautiful could happen. So when I was experiencing depression when I was in my younger teen years, and also like 19, 20, some days I wouldn't even want to wake up. And then Mike came to me and he goes, Johnny, wake up, get up, start the day. Something beautiful could happen. You never know. So just allowing that to settle in, maybe that may resonate with you. I know I feel better. I've been doing positive affirmations with Sarah West right here on YouTube. I really like. But I wonder if anyone ever feels what I feel. I'm sure you do. It's just passing waves. Things in life come in waves, comes in cycles. A series. Well, I think I'll end this video. Hopefully it's not too dark. Like as in lighting. But I hope you guys are well, and thank you for listening to this if I decide to post this. And may God and the angels be with you and with me. And may we call upon our angel team. And may we feel their love. Namaste and sparkle on. The best is yet to come.